Awesome. So welcome everyone. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. My name is Sony Boiteaux, and I'm a healthy living affiliate with our sponsor, the Juice Plus Company. I partnered with them back in 2006. So I've been around with them for quite a long time. I know there's a lot of folks that have been around even longer with the Juice Plus Company. So I think that's something that speaks tremendously to our company. We've got incredible longevity. Um, I am so passionate about health and wellness. I've spent the last 32 years working alongside all sorts of physicians, orthopedic and sports medicine physicians. That's where I got started. I've worked with internists and surgeons and emergency physicians, and of course, radiologists, because after getting in with the orthopedics, I really loved taking x-rays and then learned about doing MRIs. And so we do all of that alongside of radiologists. And I've had the pleasure and the privilege of teaching hundreds of students how to operate those kinds of equipment. And in my free time, because I've got so much of that, I serve as a reviewer and an editor for peer-reviewed journals. And I'm currently the past president of my professional society. And I just share that to let you know how much I value scientific research and study and the whole peer review process. I also became a certified health coach back in 2014. And through that, I've had the opportunity to provide corporate wellness. Sorry, is someone sharing their screen? Let's stop that share.
It's me. There we go.
Thank you. All right. And so through that, I've done some corporate wellness programs and have delivered health talks at institutions like MD Anderson Cancer Center. And, just over the years, I've learned that the medical industry has a lot to offer us when it comes to our health, but we also have to partner with our doctors and physicians and make sure that we're not outsourcing the parts of the job that are really an inside job. And so we really appreciate you taking some time out of your busy schedule to tune in for our Stories of Hope tonight. Tonight, you're going to hear just a small sampling of the incredible stories I've been listening to since 2006. And Deborah, my storyteller here, that's here along with me, she's been around with us since 2014 herself. So just a quick overview. Our company, the Juice Plus Company, is a $15 billion global health food company. They specialize in functional food. We kind of put the term superfood on the map. And our products include our flagship Juice Plus Essentials line, and that's what we'll focus on tonight. So the Juice Plus Essentials provides the nutrition of 30 different plants in our fruit, veggie, and berry, as well as our broad spectrum omega blend. And so that omega blend, we skip the fish because fish have lots of omegas in their tissues, a lot of heavy fatty omega acids in there. But the reason they're so they have such a are such a good source of that is that they eat algae. So we skip the fish and go right to the algae. Okay. And then we also bring in a few different seeds like pomegranate seeds and sea buckthorn berry seeds. We press the oils from those seeds, and that way we're able to deliver more than just omega-3s, because that's really just a small fraction of the spectrum of omegas out there. There's really omega-3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. And so we've got that full spectrum. But I want to bring us back to our fruit, veggie, and berry blends. And want to share a little bit about how those are created. So picture this, like it's not a juicer like you put the fruit in and you get the juice out and all the fiber and the pulp separate. It's not like that. It's a little different. If you think about it in a Vitamix, right? A real high-powered, high-speed blender. And then we chuck the whole fruit in there, right? So like if we're talking about oranges, we're talking about the whole entire orange, the peel, the seeds, all those things that you typically would not eat, but are packed with nutrition. Okay. So we take those 30 different fruits, veggies, berries, and a couple of grains, throw them into those giant industrial grinders. Then we take that pulp, that slurry, and dry that out into a powder. And then we put those powders either into a capsule or into a soft chewable. So either way, you're getting all of the nutritional essence of those fruits, veggies, and berries. And this all happens at a really low temperature. And that's important because that preserves the enzyme activity of all of those amazing plants. And that is something that sets Juice Plus apart and something that is super vital to our bodies. We need those enzymes. We need the broad variety, not just of the vitamins and minerals that are in there. Those are important, but there's tens of thousands of other plant nutrients, or the fancy word for that is phytonutrients. And that's really what our bodies are designed to operate on, right? Our bodies aren't designed to operate on mega doses of synthetic vitamins. So the Juice Plus Essentials are much more than just a multivitamin. These little capsules and soft chewables were the origins of superfoods, and they provide a huge variety of produce. And this is things like, I don't know, where do you even buy bilberries, right? So we have bilberries and elderberries and black currants, and those are things that you can't just get at the grocery store. So amazing source for all of that. All righty. So a little bit more about Deborah Bradford. She has been in it to win it with me since 2014. And I'm so glad to have you here with me tonight and every other Tuesday. Deborah, you're my ride or die buddy, and I so appreciate you. You've been with the company since 2014, right? Did
Exactly. Yes. I had
Awesome.
heard about Juice Plus a few years before at a benefits fair for a major corporation here in Houston. But to tell you the truth, I thought it was the hokiest thing I ever saw. I mean, how could you really get all that nutrition in capsules?
Yeah.
I just didn't believe it. And so I never listened to any of the information until a friend, you, shared on your Facebook page. And that's when I got really interested.
Awesome. And what did you see? Why did you get interested? What was it that caught your eye?
Well, the first thing I saw, because I'm a former organic farmer from California, now in Houston, was your vertical garden system, which was abundant with fruits and veggies, and I wanted one. Then, after having that for just a very little while, I surrendered and asked you to tell me about the company and the products. It's not the most usual way to start a business, but that's how I started, because as soon as I started taking Juice Plus, I became a partner with the company and just love what Juice Plus has done for me and my family. And the tower gardens, the vertical garden systems, I just adore them for filling the gaps in nutrition here, but also in places where there are no fresh fruits and vegetables in a big city and out in the country.
Yes. Yeah. I know you have that background as an organic gardener. And I remember that really, like you said, the tower garden really caught your eye. And then that had you hear about Juice Plus again. I love that you were open to listening and learning some more. And I know you affectionately say that you grilled me or interrogated me. That was never my experience. You had some questions and I was so happy to answer them. So I'm glad that you saw that it was all of the offerings were something of benefit for you and for your family. Tell me a little bit about what you saw, what benefits you've seen for yourself and for your family.
Well, taking the capsules on a daily basis, what I found, without even being intentional about it, but I noticed first that my lifelong allergies disappeared. And I only noticed it because everyone around me in Houston was suffering with inhalants and Kleenex and, itchy eyes. And I wasn't. I didn't even know it was allergy season, frankly. and I kept waiting for those allergy symptoms to come back, and they never have. Pretty amazing. And then at the time, I was in my 60s. I'm in my 70s now, and I experienced a level of vitality and the ability to just do whatever I want to do, which was like almost being restored to a younger year. My doctor says my blood work is that of a much younger person, and just keep doing what I'm doing. And when I started getting really good blood results from my doctor, because I was on high blood pressure medication and cholesterol medication when I started, he took me off of those medications very quickly after I started my Juice Plus and was regular about taking it. And I discovered also that I don't have to get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, which is huge because quality of sleep is very important to me. And that was really disturbing my sleep, because once I got up, I would wake up and then it would be hard to go to sleep. And that isn't the case anymore. So also my niece, who I raised from the age of 4, she started taking the Juice Plus at the same time as me. And then later on, she used it as her prenatal for her first baby, and she's expecting her second child in October. And that baby's also going to be a Juice Plus baby because she's taking the Juice Plus on a daily basis.
Yes,
So it's
so
just
exciting.
part of our culture, our at-home culture.
So exciting. I love Juice Plus babies, and what an incredible impact on quality of life is really what I'm hearing. You know, you're not having to spend the money on medications for blood pressure or cholesterol,
Yeah.
and nor for allergy medicines and
That's
stuff.
right.
Yeah.
It was a huge monetary savings right off. Plus, I was growing my own produce and have been ever since in the 3 towers that we have. And I mean, I was spending $180 a month on organic produce because I wasn't going to be gardening in Texas. It's not a real hospitable environment for in-ground gardening.
Sure.
And so there's quite a bit of a savings there as well.
Yeah, I know you've kind of totaled up how much you were spending on organic gardening, and that it's blown it out of the water because you no longer have to spend that when you're at the grocery store.
Exactly.
Really awesome.
Yes. And then Sony, what was it that you heard about Juice Plus that had you start Juice Plus?
So for me, like I said, I've taught a lot of people how to do X-ray and MRI studies and whatnot. And so there was an MRI student that came to me at the end of class one night, and she's like, "I think you want to hear about this. Come check this out." And she invited me over to her friend Sharon's house. Sharon's here with us tonight. She's said
Sharon.
I can call on her if I'm not sure. Sorry about, I know a lot of us were excited to see Stacy Turner, and hopefully everything's okay. I've not heard anything at this moment, but we're just going to trust that she's well and something came up. So, but yeah, that student came to me and invited me over to Sharon's house. And when I got to Sharon's house, I learned about the research. Like I said, I'm a research person, right? And so that got me really excited. And I could see this was the real deal. Like I said earlier, our bodies are designed to operate on all of those phytonutrients, all those plant nutrients, not just mega doses of isolated synthetic vitamins. What was going on with me before I took Juice Plus was I was very hangry. I lived on a blood sugar roller coaster. So I would get hangry all the time. And my daughter will tell you, she's 23 now and has been eating Juice Plus since she was 6. And she'll tell you, "Oh, I remember when you used to get hangry. I'm so glad that you got that nipped in the bud." So I'll tell you a little bit about how I dealt with that. I had no willpower. I was watching my blood pressure creep up, it took a while for mine to get anywhere that might be alarming, because I typically ran low with blood pressure. I could tell you when it was spring break, because I would get an annual case of strep throat. In fact, I had certain lessons that I had structured for the classes that I was teaching where I knew I wouldn't have a voice because of strep throat. And so I had like different activities and curriculum to do with the students at that time. So every year, and I have an allergy to penicillin. And so, if you've got an allergy to penicillin and you're getting strep throat, that's a problem. And I get colds, like, 3, 4, 5 colds a year. I just thought that was normal. People get colds. I haven't had a cold since 2019. I haven't had strep throat since 2008. I learned how to control my blood sugars, how to keep my blood sugars stable, and the complete shakes that Juice Plus offers are critical with that. So I do my Juice Plus Essentials every day. I actually do 2 servings of them every day. And then I have a complete shake. And that keeps my blood sugar nice and stable. And I don't get on that hangry roller coaster. And it's brought my blood pressure down to, my blood pressure's where it was in my 20s now, and I'm almost 50 years old. So it's been tremendous. No more strep throat, no more colds. Just amazing. My daughter, I asked her to share what Juice Plus has done with her and for her, and she's like, I don't know. And I'm like, no, that's your story. Because she's just been healthy. She's been able to participate in multiple sports and activities alongside of being a AP class scholar. And she's now in grad school and is a fitness instructor. And so, she's had a very great setup to launch into young adulthood and not having to deal with the illnesses that she sees her peers deal with. And similar to you, Deborah, when I remarried in 2010, my husband had lots of allergies and whatnot. And like, I'd find Afrin bottles stashed in every little nook and cranny. That was his thing. And he'll tell you, oh, he just takes whatever I tell him. I hand him his capsules and he's like, yes, dear. But he's grateful. He still takes them. He does not do that begrudgingly, because he knows the alternative is to have those horrible allergies. So, yeah. So, Deborah, tell me a little bit about what inspires you to share Juice Plus. Why did you choose to become an affiliate?
When I heard about the company structure for partners, what's available economically and through the program's benefits, the charitable arm of the company and what it supports, with St. Jude being the primary sponsor of this St. Jude Marathon. And in times of national disasters, the company will provide meals through the complete program to thousands of people. I was impressed. I was moved even to see that a company was designed really well to provide people a good living, doing what they really enjoy. And the training is just fabulous as part of the business, which is so inexpensive. It's $52 a year for my own website that they build and maintain, and they do everything. They collect the payments, they ship the products to people, so there's no need to have inventory except maybe some samples to give to people who are interested. And so having had a background in direct sales previously with companies that weren't this honorable and this caring, I really saw that Juice Plus was a company to participate with and to stay with. And anyone who knows me knows I have staying power. And I really love the marketing plan and the marketing that's available for us to use, because it so reaches so many worlds of people. It's a diverse company with a diverse and inclusive mission, where globally it's expanding. I think the last I heard was like 19 new countries in Europe, and Mexico is just booming with business there. And I am a global minded citizen, and really like the opportunity to expand wherever my friends are. Tanzania, South Africa, Australia, New Zealand, Croatia, just wherever people are, I can share Juice Plus, and Juice Plus can be shipped to them. So that's part of what I had seen that really appealed to me. And at the time, I was working full time. So it was easy for me to put it into my already existing life and share and build a business. And now that I'm still working, but I'm working a less strenuous schedule, I spend more time moving people into the company business on my team. One of my team members, Janice Mann, is here tonight. And it's a worthwhile company to be associated with.
That's wonderful. Yeah, I know you are such a globally minded, like you said, a citizen of the planet, essentially. You really had some questions for me around things, even like packaging and whatnot, just making sure that we were being thoughtful and good stewards with what we're up to. And I know that our farmers that we partner with, they are small to mid-sized farmers. And Sharon, can you share a little bit? I know you said that you could hop on and share a bit here.
Yeah,
Maybe that's something you could
sure.
speak to, because if I recall at your last event, big event up in Chicago, you got to go to the farms.
Yeah, that was an amazing adventure. I have so much confidence in our company that creates Juice Plus. I always have. There's lots of checks and balances, but to see it is pretty amazing. They use the whole fruit or vegetable, including the skin, the seeds, and the peels when they're good for you. And just it's beyond like pharmaceutical, safety and cleanliness and all that. We had to have total suits on and everything to protect the atmosphere in there and everything. It was really awesome. And then the farmers, yes, they have deep relationships with them and visit them often, make sure that they are meeting all the standards of what we want and how we want, everything grown. So it's really the cream of the crop.
Yeah, thank you, Sharon. It was so cool to see you sharing the pictures and whatnot from when you were there. I know they got you all dressed up, like you said, in like the suits and whatever, because they just keep everything so pristine, and that importance on the quality is so prevalent throughout our company. So all right, well, I'm going to go ahead and, as Dougie Fresh likes to say, kind of land the plane here. I want to thank you all again for tuning in. Thank you, Sharon, for jumping in here at the last minute, and Deborah for being my wing woman always. And remember, like I said, there's multiple peer-reviewed studies that support these stories you've heard. So this is not just us talking about, oh, this is what it did for me, and some anecdote. The proof is in the pudding, and we've got that research that backs it up as well. So it's great to have the research as well as the real life. I love bridging that gap. And I want to invite you to check in with the person who invited you to this event, because I know they would love to share some more info with you and help you get started if you're ready to do that. And we'll have our next session of the Stories of Hope series that'll come up 2 weeks from today. So that'll be on August 15th. That's at 8 p.m. Eastern time and 7 p.m. Central time. So I'm going to stop the recording. And if anyone has any questions, we'll be happy to take those questions.